Welcome to the Esthetician Coach Podcast, a podcast for estheticians that are ready to grow and scale their business to the next level. I'm your host and esthetician coach, Amber Boone. Join me each week for education, inspiration, and guided support to help you create a successful business and career on your terms. Welcome to another episode of the Esthetician Coach Podcast. Today's episode is all about targeting your ideal audience, your ideal client in your esthetician business. I'm positive this is not the first time you have heard you have to market to your ideal client to be successful. You really need to be marketing and speaking to your target audience. But how do we know who our ideal client is? And why should we narrow down our target audience? How do we speak directly to our ideal clients? That's what we're diving into in today's episode. So grab your coffee, your tea, and let's get started. So why is knowing your ideal client important? I truly believe that knowing your ideal client can transform your business. It's going to allow you to tailor your services, your marketing, and your branding. You're going to attract clients who value what you're actually offering, which is going to lead to higher client satisfaction rates and client retention rates. So it's going to help you refine your messaging, and it's going to help you get clear about who you are marketing to so that you will be able to stand out from your competition, stand out from the crowd. The most common mistakes I see by not marketing to your ideal clients are ineffective marketing, attracting the wrong clients, inconsistent clientele, and lower profit margins. And I'm going to discuss these a little more in depth. So number one, ineffective marketing. So when we're not marketing effectively, your message ends up being generic and falling flat. So trying to reach everybody, you're reaching nobody. And a good example of this is, come see me, everybody needs a facial. Now, I'm not trying to call you out if this was your Instagram post today, because guess what? I posted and marketed this way too. I was doing the same thing. I was trying to reach anybody and everybody who would come see me, anybody that would listen, but it wasn't effective and it wasn't working. So when we're not marketing effectively, it's not going to be attention grabbing. It's just kind of blah. So there's nothing about targeting everyone that's going to make you or your business stand out. And marketing in that direction is just not going to get you the results that you're trying to achieve. Number two, attracting the wrong clients. So you could be attracting a client that needs help with anti-aging, but your specialty is acne. They don't want an acne facial. You don't have the right products for an anti-aging facial. So you might find yourself struggling to meet their expectations, and vice versa. You're disappointed that they're not your ideal client. Number three is inconsistent clientele. So without knowing your ideal client, you might experience a higher turnover rate with clients coming and going instead of becoming repeat customers, which is our end goal. This makes it difficult to build a stable and loyal client base, and it hurts your client retention rates as well. Number four, lower profit margins. And I see this a lot. You end up pricing your services too low to appeal to a broader audience rather than positioning yourself and your treatments to attract the clients who are going to value your services and who can actually afford what you're offering. So now that we know some of the common mistakes from not knowing who your ideal client is, who your target audience is, how do you identify your ideal client? How do you identify that target audience? Well, step one is knowing yourself. So here's a few questions that you're going to need to sit down with yourself. Ask, what are your strengths? What services and treatments do you feel really good about putting out there and providing to your clients? What are you the expert in, or what do you want to become the expert in? Just because you don't have that experience now doesn't mean it's not something that you can't start working toward and expanding your education and experience on. Next, you want to think about, what services do you love providing? What are you passionate about? What treatments and services get you excited when you see them scheduled on your books? My favorites were cool sculpting, RF microneedling, hydrofacials, IPL, all very result-oriented treatments that I really enjoyed providing to my clients. But I would always get excited when those were on my books. So what treatments do you get excited when you see that that's upcoming on your books? Next, you want to think about what type of clients do you enjoy working with? Think about current and past clients. Who do you love seeing on your books? I had some clients that I would get excited about when I saw them on my books. I was excited to see them. I enjoyed being around them and catching up with them. They valued my time and my services, and they trusted me as a professional. So those are the types of clients that you should be thinking about when you are creating who you want your ideal client or your target audience to be. That's who you're speaking to. That's who you're marketing to, telling your services and your products about. That's your ideal client. So step 2, client profiling. We're thinking about the age, the gender, the income level, the location of our clientele. Why is this important? Well, if you're offering a $300 facial, you want to focus your efforts on marketing to those that are going to be able to afford that $300 facial. So they will need to have disposable income. They will need to value their monthly skincare treatments. Typically, that's going to be your young professionals in their 30s to around retirement age. But that's why it's important to figure out who your ideal client is so that you can market your services effectively. Next, we're going to look at the client's lifestyles, the values, their interest, their pain point. So you're digging a little bit deeper into your client's mindset. Where do they shop? What do they enjoy doing in their time off? What type of career do they have? Are they a stay-at-home mom? By focusing on some of these elements, you will be able to target and speak more directly to your ideal client. Let's talk about marketing and what does marketing to your ideal client, your target audience, look like for different types of estheticians. So you've got, I've just pulled a few examples here. You've got your luxury spa estheticians. So you're going to be more focused. Your clients are probably going to be more focused on relaxation, therapeutic, calming, oasis, no distractions. It's going to be very peaceful. For your medical spa estheticians, it's going to be result-oriented treatments. It's going to be more advanced treatments, chemical peels, targeted skincare treatments, possibly body contouring. For your acne specialist, it's going to be acne facials, extractions, customized skincare plans to reduce acne. And for your waxing specialist, hair removal, Brazilian waxing, brow waxing, full body waxing. So you can see that you're narrowing down your target audience and you're targeting these specific things to your ideal clients. And I truly felt like we couldn't talk about your ideal client, your target audience, without talking about narrowing down your niche or your niche. And here are just a few of the benefits of niching down. This allows you to become a specialist rather than a generalist. And we pay more for specialists in the medical field. Why? Because they are experts. They do this one thing all day, every day. They have gained our trust. They are going to get me the results I need for this specific problem or issue. If I have a broken bone, I'm going to an orthopedic, not a neurosurgeon. This is going to set you apart from your competitors. You're the expert. You're the specialist. It's going to make it easier to find you when your ideal client is seeking out their specific treatments, their specific concerns. When clients see you as an expert in a particular area, they're going to be more likely to trust you with their needs, which is going to lead to a stronger client attraction and retention rate for you. This is also going to allow you to create more relevant marketing that's going to truly resonate with your target audience and your ideal client. And that's going to increase the chances that they'll choose you over someone else that just dabbles in the service. I know a concern of mine was being boxed in to just one thing. But once you establish yourself and you build up your clientele, you've built that trust with them. So then you can add more services or offerings as you go and as you grow in your expertise. So you're not boxed in for life just because you choose a certain thing. And maybe you choose a certain thing and you change it, and that's okay too. So don't feel that way when you're niching down, because you're going to have some trial and error, and you're going to find out what you truly love, what your clients love in this process as well. So let's talk a little bit more about how to define and refine your niche based on your ideal client profile. So you want to specialize in a specific service typically. So you're going to focus on one or two services that really align with your ideal client's needs and preferences. For example, if your ideal client is someone who values anti-aging treatments, then that's going to allow you to specialize in advanced anti-aging skincare rather than offering a broad range of services for everyone. It's going to allow you to tailor custom treatments for your anti-aging clients. Study market gaps. So research your local market and identify those underserved areas. You might find something that no one else has picked up on yet. And if your ideal client profile aligns with that niche that isn't being fully catered to, that's a strong indicator that that's a niche worth pursuing. If it's something that you yourself are interested in too, definitely make sure you're interested in doing it. But definitely do your research and your homework and see if you can find a market gap in your area. And then, of course, you are going to test and adjust this. Like I said, don't be afraid to try something, because you're going to be testing this and you're going to pivot and adjust as needed and necessary. So start marketing to your defined niche and track your results. Are you attracting the right clients or who you are wanting to attract? Are they booking the services you want to offer? Use this information to refine and, your niche even further, adjusting your offerings or messaging as you need to, and change and pivot as you need to. Don't feel like you're locked in. So now let's talk about speaking directly to your ideal client. So how to use your ideal client profile to create marketing messages that resonate. When you know who your ideal client is, it's much easier to create marketing messages. It helps you refine your menu and your treatment packages. It boosts your confidence in your pricing. And it allows you to have a consistent brand across all of your platforms that ensures you are speaking to your ideal clients. And it just makes it easier. The best example I have is a personal example. And that's when I went to work for a plastic surgeon's office. I wasn't brand new to aesthetics, but I was new to medical aesthetics. I wasn't as busy as I wanted to be and was doing random facials and treatments sporadically at best because I was building my clientele. It was very early on. Literally everything shifted for me when I became the cool sculpting expert, when I niched down and said, this is where my focus is going to be. This is where I'm going to put my attention. And I'm not saying you have to do only one thing or that you have to offer cool sculpting. But for me, it was exactly what I needed to stand out and to build my clientele and to truly grow as an esthetician. Why? Because it allowed me to get crystal clear on my marketing message. It was easy because I knew who I was targeting. I knew exactly who my posts were for. I knew what they could expect and how to tell them that. I could give them before and after results on that specific treatment. I was just able to be very consistent. It really helped catapult my career as an esthetician. And later, once I had my clientele built up, I started offering hydrofacials and RF microneedling, and those became very popular for me as well. And that was about a year and a half, 2 years in, to where I was just doing cool sculpting primarily only for those couple of years. But it really helped me grow. So that's why I think it's an excellent idea to be known for one or two things and really become the expert on them. Take that continuing education, refine your skill set, and you will not only get repeat clients, but you will get referrals because you are the expert in that field. So finding your ideal client and niching down your services kind of go hand in hand. There are a lot of similarities between them. And the main things that I want you to consider for yourself is make sure the services that you are offering and niching down to are something that you really enjoy. And it's something that you want to continue learning about. Years ago, when the lashes, the lash extensions were really popular and everybody was making a lot of money, I was like, okay, I'm going to go and do lashes because, I seen dollar signs and I was like, I can really craft and hone my skills on lashes and, make some good money in the process. But I hated lashes. My neck hated lashes. My body did not respond well to that type of service, and I just didn't enjoy it. So if you don't enjoy a service, definitely don't think about niching down to it or don't think about offering it. Your gut will tell you whether you need to steer clear. But, that was something that I had to try in order to see that, hey, this was not for me. So that was an example of me pivoting and learning my lesson and moving on to something else. But think about your favorite clients that you have now and craft your ideal client persona around them. So think about who you really enjoy seeing on your books, what treatments you're really enjoying doing. Who are your ideal clients? What services do they want from you? What do they come and see you for? What is their skin type? What's their age, their career? Dive into a little bit more about them to find out who your ideal client is. Is there a need or demand for the services that you offer? Do your research and homework. That's what I was talking about earlier, doing some market research and homework to see, is there a gap that's not being filled within the market that you can maybe niche into? And when in doubt, go back to your why. Why did I choose this career? Why do I need this career? Maybe it's, you're supporting yourself, your family. How am I going to make this work? Always go back to your why you're doing it, why you need it, and how you're going to make it work. Then you're going to get to work. You're going to take action. You're going to research. You're not going to be afraid to try new things and shift when things aren't working for you. Because guess what? It's through action that we're going to discover who we are. We're going to discover what works for us and what is for us and what's not. We learn how to make things better, and we learn how to let go of things that doesn't serve us or that we do not enjoy through action, through taking those steps. So create that mindset today that I'm going to figure this out and I'm going to be successful. And I'm going to start doing the work today. If you are determined to succeed, you will. There is no doubt in my mind. And one more thing. If you're not sure yet what you want your specialty to be or what services you want to niche down to or offer, it's okay. Don't feel overwhelmed because sometimes we have to try things to know if they are for us or not. So don't be afraid to try and fail because you can always begin again. You can always start again. And my quote for you today is, don't let fear of failure dictate your decisions. Failure is just another stepping stone to success. And that's true in your career, in your life. We can't let fear hold us back, and we can't let fear dictate our decisions. It's just another stepping stone to success. So keep that in the back of your mind. Keep that in your back pocket. Write that one down. And if you enjoyed today's episode, I'm going to ask a personal favor. Would you please rate and leave me a review and share it with your favorite estheticians? I would greatly appreciate it. And if you would like to know more about my one-on-one coaching sessions, the links are in the show notes. I hope you guys have a beautiful day and a beautiful rest of the week, and I will see you next week. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Esthetician Coach podcast. If you want more esthetician growth strategies and tips, go follow me on Instagram at Esthetician Coach. Don't forget to subscribe. I would love it if you left a review and shared it with your favorite estheticians. Keep doing the work, stay positive, and I'll see you next week.